LeBron James revealed his two dream NBA teammates. It's not Jordan or Kobe. LeBron James has had his fair share of great NBA teammates in his illustrious 22-year career. He's played with Dwyane Wade, Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Anthony Davis, and Luka Doncic. James has even spent time with older versions of Shaquille O'Neal, Russell Westbrook, and Dwight Howard. King James has even faced immense criticism for only winning 4 championships in 22 years, despite playing alongside some of the game's greatest legends. This fact has been used to denigrate his greatest of all-time case, as Michael Jordan won 6 championships in 15 seasons next to many of the same teammates. To ding LeBron for winning fewer titles in 7 extra seasons is fair. However, using his endless list of great teammates as an argument against his GOAT case is wrong. Instead of maintaining the same core of players, not that Jordan didn't cycle through teammates, James has moved around to 3 different cities over 4 stops. Naturally, he'd have many more interesting running mates than MJ would in his much shorter career. With the NBA's free-flowing player movement in the modern era, it allows fans to dream about which superstars they'd want James to pair up with. Stephen Curry is usually the popular answer, but LeBron disagrees. He gave his 2 ideal teammates from NBA history, and it's not who you'd think. LeBron snubbed Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant as dream teammates. In 2022, LeBron was asked on his podcast, The Shop, Uninterrupted, which players from all of NBA history he'd most want to be teammates with if he could. James, as he always does, gave a very intricate answer that was based in basketball reality rather than childish dreams. He did start off by saying that among current players, he would choose Stephen Curry in a heartbeat. Curry, the greatest shooter of all time, has been LeBron's chief rival in this era of 2010s-20s basketball. James and Curry, along with Kevin Durant, have been the defining athletes of this generation, and they share that honor very proudly. James faced off with Curry in 4 straight NBA Finals from 2015 to 2018, and came up short in 3 of them. However, his Cavaliers' 2016 3-1 comeback versus the 73-win Warriors is arguably the most important championship in league history. It's still the best finals series of the last decade. Imagining LeBron and Steph on the same floor together is enough to make any fan salivate. James is perhaps the best offensive engine and playmaker ever, and Curry is the best shooter ever. The spacing he'd have with Curry would maximize both of their games. It'd also just be a dream to see those 2 play off each other. However, James seemed to prefer discussing which retired players he'd most want to play alongside. Instantly, the brain jumps to Michael Jordan, James' counterpart in the much-discussed GOAT debate. However, while LeBron respects the legend of MJ, he wears his No. 23. He's never been openly warm towards him in these kinds of discussions. Competitiveness, right? So, maybe James would want to suit up with the last Lakers all-time great, Kobe Bryant. Lakers fans had never completely embraced the Akron product as their own, partly because of their loyalty to Kobe, who was one of LeBron's biggest rivals earlier in his career. Yes, he's been playing that long. Kobe versus LeBron has been a debate for a while, though James has long surpassed him both in terms of accomplishments and value on the court. With that said, no one should Lakers fans to care. Bryant won them 5 championships in the 2000s, while James has brought just 1 title to the franchise. Still, James passed on Bryant, which is sure to anger his own fan base. Instead, he picked 2 surprising former players from the 1990s. As always with LeBron, his answer seemed very calculated and made to spark criticism. However, he has a solid reasoning for both Scottie Pippen and Anthony "Penny" Hardaway. While it seems suspicious that James would choose Jordan's 6-time champion running mate rather than the man himself, looking like a petty pick, he was thinking about basketball reasons. According to LeBron, he sees himself in both Pippen and Hardaway because they were similar players in certain ways. I love Scottie Pippen, bro. Scottie was like, these ******. Obviously, MJ was crazy cold. Kobe would have been another one. But like Scottie Pippen and Penny Hardaway were my 2. Because I see myself in them. I saw myself in Pippen and Penny. Tall guards, point forwards, getting everybody involved, defend all types of positions. LeBron James. James picked Pippen and Hardaway for a specific reason. The best point forward of all time decided on these two players because they were also taller ball handlers who played like point guards at times. They ran the offense, made plays for their teammates, and defended 1 through 5 because of their excellent size, which was rarer in the old NBA. Nowadays, point forwards are often the drivers of NBA title teams. Jason Tatum, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and James himself have been the best players in 3 of the past 6 championships. It is a bit weird that James chose Scottie Pippen as his best example of a point forward from that era, as he was so often overshadowed in his duties by Jordan. However, when Scottie got his chance in 1993-94 to run the show, he placed 3rd in MVP voting and showed his true potential. Furthermore, LeBron always appreciates winning players who do the little things on the floor, from hustle plays to basketball IQ. Pippen is the epitome of a superstar role player who simply makes winning plays. He was a versatile defender, energy provider, and a well-rounded offensive player, both on and off the ball. It seems that James can envision actually playing alongside number 2 options rather than other alphas like Bryant or Jordan, who would contest LeBron for touches offensively. James has always domineered his team's offense, and for good reason. He doesn't need another all-time legend to help him. He requires guys who will fill in the gaps in the game of basketball.